As far as the injuries from the game, guys, Jeff Hireman's got 3 broken ribs and a bruised lung, so he's going to be down for the year. Shaq Barrett has got a tear, I think, in the rib cartilage. He is week to week. And Tremaine Brock has got a bruised rib also, and he's day to day. So that's the injuries from the game that occurred. Obviously, Hireman's a big loss. We've lost 3 guys in that room so far with Butsy and Fumagalli, and now Jeff. He's having a great year. He's a great leader for that room, and so he'll be missed. But we got some guys that we feel good about. And the Cost, he's playing good football in Parker. So next man up, we got to move on. Questions, guys?
Coach, with replacing Shaq's snaps,
Sure.
Is that going to be on Shane Ray, or will those snaps be split among Chubb and Bond?
Well, obviously Shane Ray's next up. So yeah, I mean he's going to be the third rusher, and we'll see how the game goes. But we'll have 3 guys for that position on game day. We've got DeMarcus Walker, who's available also, who plays some end for us on our sub down. So we've got some options there. But obviously Shaq's playing good football. He played, in my opinion, the best yesterday out of all the rushers. So he's going to be missed, especially on special teams also.
Call up to Mark Hemingway?
Well, we'll see. We've got some options there. John's researching it right now, trying to find the best option for our football team. So we'll see what happens later in the week. But he's definitely an option.
This year about how you guys didn't have a lot of room for margin for error. Sure. It seemed like that changed yesterday. Looking at the tape for you, was how you were able to bounce back from some of those big plays they had.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'm proud of the win. Our team showed grit again and resilience to overcome adversity. But again, defensively especially, it's too many big plays. It's unacceptable to give up that many big plays each week. A 97-yard touchdown and single high coverage. We can't do that. So I'm very pleased that we won the football game, but disappointed in the lapses that we have each week, and it's got to stop. It's got to stop for us to finish the season the right way. So we have to get back to work and figure out a way to fix some of these issues that we've had on defense and offense. So it's our entire football team. It's a good win. We've won 2 in a row, but we have to get better. We have to demand that we get better from our players.
What have you seen in Will Park's game that's allowed him to kind of focus and really draw it away?
I've been very proud of Will. Every time we've challenged Will on special teams or defense, he's played good for us. So we got to challenge him more because yesterday we challenged him to play better at dime and play better for Tom on teams, and he did. He made a big play, obviously, in the high red zone by punching that ball out. So he's a guy, when he's focused and he's on, he can help us win.
We all saw that Phil was fast, Lindsey.
Yes.
What is making him such a good inside runner in your mind?
I think it's speed and it's courage. You got to have courage to run through darkness. And that's what it is inside. Honestly, it is. In this league, the holes open and close. He has the courage and the speed to run through darkness, to run through the smoke, so to speak. And he's so fast through the hole. Time the linebackers see him, he's so close to him. It's hard for those guys to tackle him. He gets in the secondary really fast. So I think it's a combination of speed and courage.
Motion and play calling open things up for Case. The motion on offense, how that open things up for Case.
I thought Billy did a great job yesterday with the smoke and mirrors. Okay, we had a lot of great play calls yesterday. A lot of what we call swipes, which is verticals out of condensed formations. A lot of motions and shifts. A lot of screen game that was misdirection screen game. Pump left, pump right, hit the middle screen. So he did a great job with the game plan of allowing our guys to play fast but slowing their guys down. That defense is really, really an aggressive defense, so he used it against them. He did a great job of calling the game, kept them off balance, and the run game proved it along with the pass plays that we hit on him, the big ones we hit on him. So he did a great job calling the game and game planning the game during the week. All the coaches did.
Was Shelby Harris where he was supposed to be on final defensive play?
He was. He's he wasn't, okay. Well, he's a zero nose in that defense. And obviously the pass rush part of that defense is not important. So he's hitting the center, he just pops, gets his hands up, and the ball was there. Obviously, he could have been a little bit shorter, not as deep, but that's his job.
Is that the 46 defense or some variation of it?
Absolutely. It's the 46. We call it Cub, but it's the 46 defense, yes. It's our inside of the five defense. It's basically a run defense, and if you throw it, we kind of hold on to our butts a little bit. So, but it's a good defense inside of the five.
How about Shelby?
Couple of good games in a row, red zone offense-wise. What's been the key with play calling, also execution and that?
I think it's a combination of all of that. Running the football, with efficiency, the play calling's been good, and guys are making plays. We find our playmakers down there, and Case has done a good job with the red zone and third downs yesterday. That goes through the quarterback. So the combination of play calling, guys making plays, and running the football with efficiency has helped us.
Current
Yes.
climate on offense, do you, in your defensive hat is on, do you have to adjust what you think of yards allowed?
You do, because they're going to make yards. Yesterday we saw more RPOs from Pittsburgh than we've seen, and I've seen in 5 years from that team. But that's the league now. It looks like run, but it's pass, so it's almost impossible to defend. So you have to be a great tackling team and just keep the deep ball from beating you, and just tackle the ball and get off on third down, take the ball away. That's the league. That's where it's going. We've actually a lot of yards in 2 weeks, but we've held them to 19.5 points in 2 weeks, and with 7 takeaways. So that's the key in this league. If you can play great red zone defense and hold them to field goals and take the ball away, that's the key. Because the yardage, you have to kind of ignore it, and that's tough for us to do.
Wrap your head around?
Absolutely. 1,000 yards in 2 weeks, for our defense, that's tough. But 19.5 and 7 takeaways, you got to take it and be happy about it, I guess, right?
They seem to close the loophole on the Justin Simmons leaping deal with the block kicks.
Yeah.
But there's a small little loophole you guys have found with him.
We actually had one against Baltimore that was illegal. Okay, he kind of started out of the box and kind of ran into the box, got his feet set, and then jumped over. You can't do that, right? You have to be totally stationary and then jump between the guard and the snapper. So yeah, it's a loophole. Most guys can't do what Justin did without touching the guard or the snapper. So it's really player driven. He's a freak athlete. He can jump and has high vertical, and it's great timing. It's great coaching by Mitch, Tom also. So, but yeah, it's a loophole, but it's strictly player driven. Everyone can't do what Justin did there.
Emphasis on not overworking Phil in terms of his carries and workload every week?
It has not. He's our lead back right now, so we use him as we think fits. So now, he's carrying the ball as a lead back. He's doing a good job at it. He's playing first, second, and third down. So now.
Do you think he needs even more touches then?
Well, I'm not sure. We won 2 games, so no. Until we lose again, I'll say yeah, I guess, right? But no, he's fine.
Man on the special teams.
Yeah.
Punt-wise, has Colby been better than you expected?
I tell you what, man, Kobe's been a nice surprise for us. He had a slow start. He's a rookie. He's the first time punting in this league. But the last couple of weeks, he's been definitely a weapon for us. He flipped the field 3 or 4 times yesterday for us and saved us big time with that offense. So he's doing a good job. And Tom's a hell of a coach, guys. We've got 4 or 5 blocks this year, between field goals and punts. He's doing a hell of a job with our team. We're young on teams, but we're very, very sound and very, very smart, and we play hard. So he's doing a great job with that overall unit of him being so young with those guys.
Sutton pressing in your eyes hasn't quite had that breakout game since y'all traded away DC.
Well, he has. He didn't play great on Sunday. He had a couple drops, and I wouldn't say he's pressing, but he wants to make plays. I thought he played well against the Chargers. He made some big plays in that game, but yesterday it was kind of hot and cold. It wasn't great. He would tell you that, but he's got to keep working. And being an every down player, it's different than being a part-time player. It's what Roby went through. You want to be the starter, but it comes with responsibility. So he has to continue to work his craft and route running and catching the ball and blocking and assignments, and he'll get there. He's a special talent, but it takes time sometimes.
The key for the defense the last 2 weeks of forcing all those turnovers?
I think just the guys playing hard, rush and cover. Our rush has been really good. I think the DBs are playing tight in coverage and making plays on the ball, and that's the key. And it's called takeaways for a reason, right? You got to make it happen. You can't hope they happen. So that's been a key. You know, seven takeaways and 0 turnovers in 2 weeks. That's why we're 2-0 in 2 weeks.
With Roby the last couple weeks, you think?
I think Roby's played really good football outside of that one play yesterday, which happens, and you would hope Stu would get him down for a 30-yard gain. So he is definitely playing more disciplined football. He's not chasing plays. He's just playing technique, and if you do it right enough, the ball will find you. That's what he has to understand as a young corner. But young corners chase plays, and when you chase plays, you get exposed. So he's understanding that. Don't chase the plays. Just play technique, play smart, play good with your eyes, and let the coverage help you. And he's doing that. So he's playing better football for us. Yes, Mike.
Yep, I'm not sure how much Patrick filtered, but a couple weeks ago, there was some considerable heat on you. I was just wondering how you handled that when things were tough, personally for you.
Right.
And, how you got through that to this point now.
How do I handle it, Mike? I didn't, Mike. I didn't. I kind of ignored it. I don't read much. He tells me what's out there, in small doses. But, Mike, I really don't care. My focus is the players and the coaches. Honestly, that's my attitude. I knew it was going to turn. We've played too much good football, and we worked too hard not to have some success. So I knew it was going to turn eventually. It took us some time. But again, Mike, we're 5-6, right? We're 5-6, and that's it. So we've done nothing up to this point, in my opinion. We don't win Sunday. We're 5-7. That's ugly, right? So, we want to focus on the Bengals and try to become even, to be 6-6, and that feels better than 5-6. So we'll see. But as far as my deal, Mike, never a concern, not one moment.
What will it be like for you to go back to Cincinnati this week?
It'll be fun if we win. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a tough opponent. Marvin's a great friend, a great coach, and he'll have him ready to play. It's also a 5-6 team that has a chance to make the playoffs also. So they'll be ready to play. It's a AFC North opponent. It's going to be a physical game. They have great playmakers on both sides of the ball. So it's going to be a very similar challenge to what we just faced last night.
Case has managed to take care of the ball and still make some big throws with a lot of moving parts around him. What have you liked about his development, his play over the last few weeks?
Case has played his best ball in the last 3 weeks, taking care of the ball and still making plays, because it's a fine line between that. Sometimes to make some plays, you're taking some chances, and he's been good with the ball and still making plays for us. But that's his maturity. He's a winner. I've never doubted Case, and he's playing better and better each week.
For Shelby, he was cut 7 times before finding a home here.
I tell you what, my first spring here, when I watched Shelby work out, I told Kolar he's got about a week before we cut him. He was that bad that spring, and I guess the light came on, and the guy's been playing really good football for a year and a half since I've been here. And he's a real guy. He's considered a starter for us. Rushing the passer, he's stout. He plays nose, 3 technique, 5 technique. He's a really good football player. So I don't know what happened that spring, what Bill did to him, but he was almost out of here in the spring, and he flipped it, and he's playing really good football. Really good football.
Last one, Jeff.
Did you have to address having a little success with this team, or?
I think we get it. Again, Jeff, we're 5-6, so I think we understand where we've been. I think the guys are still pissed off that we're not better. That's the way I feel when we win these games. I look at the Houston game and go, okay, this is nice, but what happened in Houston? So I'm like a critic, for us. So I think we all feel that way, that we could be better, but we're not. So we have to go make better happen. And 5-6 is still not satisfying for our football team. Not for me especially. So we'll see. Let's get 6-6 and see how that feels. But 5-6 feels like nothing to me, honestly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Enjoy your day.